Stevie, Stewie, your thoughts now, perhaps with the benefit of hindsight on the Harry Kane decision?
Well, he clearly wasn't fair, and they started with a man down. You know, we were talking earlier that they couldn't pass the ball through the middle of the park, but they really couldn't play it long either because Harry Kane wasn't moving. He was standing right. He was trying to get in between the two centre backs, but he wasn't moving for the ball. So they basically had nowhere to go. So if you're starting the Champions League final, a man down pretty much, you're not giving yourself any help. And the other thing that I found strange as well, you've got to get somebody like Eriksen has to get in the middle of the park and get on the ball. It's no use having him wide. You know, every time he came into the centre of the field, especially later on when they changed it, they looked a little dangerous. But you can't play a guy who's not fit, and you can't have the one guy in your team that's capable of opening up a defence. You can't have him wide. Not for me.
They had to have some runs in behind. Harry Kane made no runs whatsoever to run in behind. He was standing still. At times he was on the offside line and was still going back in. There was one ball that would have hurt Liverpool time and time again. It was when Song made a run from outside to in and he tried to get in behind Alexander-Arnold. And then Dele Alli went out there. But they didn't play that ball enough. There was a couple of times I think Dele Alli headed it back down into a dangerous area. That was the ball that was going to hurt Liverpool, but they didn't have enough runners and the two centre-halves didn't play the ball quick enough.
Craig, just overall, big picture, why was this game so bereft of adrenaline, energy, urgency, all the things, the high pressing, all the things we've come to expect from these two teams?
I don't have the answer. The semi-finals were magnificent, beyond expectation, just absolutely magnificent spectacles, and this was awful. I mean, it was awful. Liverpool won't care, they've won the Champions League again, and you know, adding to the history of this great football club. But the actual game, I can't explain it. You know, listen to some in the commentary. There's been a break between the league finishing, FA Cup final, and this. But then that's given players a chance to rest and recuperate, which we keep hearing. You know, there's not enough rest and recuperation for players. That's why they're not playing well. Then they had some, allowed players to come back from injury. I suppose the occasion's part of it as well. And as Stevie mentioned, the fact that Liverpool took the lead so early and then were able to say, well, listen, let's not get caught too many times out of position here. We'll just sit in a little bit deeper. We'll allow Van Dijk to control and talk and read the game, and we're going to play maybe a different kind of game. And Liverpool didn't chase it, and normally Liverpool are going for the throat, and they didn't have to on this occasion.
See, usually Liverpool is the aggressor. It's the team that is getting in your face. Yep. It's the team that is getting numbers around the ball and creating turnovers out of the midfield and from there transitioning forward. But once you score that early, you say, well, I don't think they're good enough to beat us. I don't think they can break us down. And over the course of 90 minutes, Spurs were not good enough to break them down. And it just felt the early goal in some ways ruined the game. Now, Liverpool couldn't care less. They'll be like, well, we'd like to score an early goal, and who wouldn't? But again, for the neutral, the early goal really changed the character of the game, the nature of the game, and then it shifted the game and the responsibility of possession, the responsibility of creativity, the responsibility of having the game on their terms to Spurs, and Spurs proved not to be good enough today.
I think this puts to bed, or it should, it might not, because there are some real clowns out there. But for those clowns, and they know who they are talking about Jurgen Klopp and you know, Pochettino's done a great job at Tottenham with less resources and no money spent, basically, in the summer. But for those that were saying, well, Liverpool, you know, Klopp hasn't won a trophy this, he hasn't done this, he's not doing that. The progression of this club has been excellent. Has been nothing but upward since he came in, culminating in a wonderful season, which took one of the best, if not one of the greatest squads, Man City, all the way to a point. So to get the Champions League now, and get a trophy like he did at Dortmund, I think should have some of those scallies that say, you know, there's been people at times, there's a couple of people who have rung in radio stations want Jurgen Klopp sacked when they didn't win the league. That's what you're dealing with.
Clownsville.
But let's not forget that when we were sitting here a year ago and Liverpool had lost to Real Madrid, a valid question then was, well, was this their chance? Was this their opportunity? And was this a wasted opportunity, the fact that they could not get past Real Madrid? And how difficult it must have been for Jurgen Klopp, to your point, Craig, that you get this team back here, back to this occasion, back to this stage, and that you're able to deliver. That, to me, is even more impressive. It's not that they won it this year. It's the fact that they were here last year and were able to work their way back to this point and to be able to finish through that what it is a
Do
tremendous
you know what's the
accomplishment.
most impressive thing I've heard tonight? Stevie's voice.
Whoa.
I mean, if anybody's looking for voiceovers, there's a man with a croaky voice somewhere in Madrid waiting.
Stevie, can you confirm you've been shouting at loud volume?
Yeah, I was getting a little testy at times in the second half, I'm going to be honest with you.
He wasn't very happy when Origi came on and misplaced a couple of passes. He was quite happy when he scored his goal, though.
Oh,
We've seen the
absolutely.
video.
I've never seen a man 16 foot tall who's scared to head the ball.
He scored.
No, he certainly had his moments. He certainly had his moments.
People
It was a great goal too.
People are talking about Tottenham and how it's a good learning curve. I heard some commentators say it's a good learning curve and they'll get better for this. But how worrying, I wonder, is it for Tottenham Hotspur now that, you know, Pochettino's a man in demand? Can they keep paying the wages? Are they going to match clubs? Will Harry? I mean, is it a learning curve for Tottenham, or is this
the curve?
Or is this Tottenham's big chance?
Yeah, right.
And now we're going to see maybe the manager possibly going, guys, and maybe one or two of the star players, Robbo, leaving as well.
Boys?
They have.
Yeah, I think there's one or two problems at Spurs. Dele Alli's not playing anywhere near what he can do, and I'm not sure at the moment he looks as though he's going to get any better. Trippier is a player that looks as though he's going to be on the move. They're relying on a midfield of, not tonight, but Wanyama's been playing in midfield. Sissoko, who's powerful but not particularly technical player. Harry Winks, who couldn't find a forward pass to save his life today. He was always going backwards. I think we counted about 95% of his passes went backwards. Some of the other players, Eriksen looks as though he could be on his way. Vertonghen and Alderweireld are getting that little bit older. This was Tottenham's big chance. They're going to have to buy some players, and they're going to have to keep Pochettino if they are to stay in that top four.
That's the only chance they have of progressing is by buying. The problem is, if there's one team that you know don't go out their way to spend money, it's Tottenham. So this is a big summer for them. If they don't buy anybody in the summer, anybody of note to add to this team, I think this team will go downhill.
Well, Liverpool can add 2019 to other famous years such as 2005 and 1984 that Stevie was a big part of. Their sixth Champions League or European Cup victory, only AC Milan and Real Madrid ahead of them.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.